Yeah, if you want to, Kasey, if you just want to, actually, if you want to come up with the logo. I've got to love logos, it's racing, you know? Basically, if you want to just give everybody just a quick little pre-race, what you go through pre-race.
Yeah, I'm excited for the race today. I always like racing Phoenix. We won this race last year. So since the repave, it's been even better for myself, I think. And start fourth. Felt good in practice, so it's it'll be interesting how the track changes and things with the rubber. A little bit cooler temperatures today, at least right now. So I don't know. I think it's looking forward to the race. Should be a great day. And yeah, I do a couple of these hospitalities. Do about 4 or 5 every morning before the drivers' meeting. Then you go to the drivers' meeting, and we have about an hour break. To get some food or whatever you want to do there during that hour, and then driver introductions start right after that and go racing. So it's, I don't know, I like the day races because you get all this stuff done in the morning and you get to get started around noon or 1, and night races you wait all day long to drive. So,
yeah. Has anybody ever asked you a question on one of these things that's totally stumped you?
What was that?
Has anybody ever asked you a question on one of these things that actually stumped you like that?
That question. Actually, sometimes, but not too often. Usually you can make it through these pretty easily and get some good questions if anybody has them.
Yeah, well, I know it's your first year with Hendrick. What have you learned from the other drivers like Jeff, Jimmie, or Dale?
Yeah, it's been really nice working with those 3 guys and being part of Hendrick Motorsports. You know, the last 7 years I always watch the Hendrick guys and watch how well they run and things. So this year it's great to be part of it. Mr. Hendrick gives us all everything we need to win and to run up front. And so I love it. It's been a lot of fun. And just working with Jeff and Jimmie and Dale, they have I have such good teammates that there's a lot of little things I try to pick up on all season long. You know, at different tracks. You know, Jimmie's really good. Well, he's good everywhere, and then, you know, so you can always get something from him, and then the other guys, you have like certain tracks where they're really good, and other tracks where they're just pretty good, and stuff, so it's pretty nice to have that, and try to at least pick little things up and get better.
How do you race on a track this size compared to something like a super speedway?
Well, this track, I raced yesterday, and it seemed to open up a little bit in the corners, so you should be able to get about halfway up, maybe more, if you want to go around somebody, or you know, you go around the bottom. So there's plenty of room out there to race. Some of the other tracks there's more room and some have less. So it's I feel like Phoenix is a great track. I think I really like coming here. I think it's a good track. And now that the rubber's starting to get on, the track's starting to get worn in. Hopefully Goodyear maybe next year they'll bring back a little bit softer tire to where I like racing when you have to change 4 tires every pit stop. You can't get away with taking 0 tires or 2 tires. And right now, that's what it is because the tires are so hard that they're not really, you know, they still have a lot of grip and a lot of tread. They just don't really fall off. So hopefully, the next couple of years, even that'll get better, and that'll make the track better also.
Okay. Any questions from the crowd?
You don't look any older than you did 10 years ago when I saw you.
That's good. I guess. Where's that coming from?
Right over here.
Oh, I couldn't see the microphone, so
Oh, there's a lot of noise behind you too. I don't know how you're
trying
hearing any of this.
Just trying to find it. Early in the year, I felt like myself and Jimmie Johnson, we run pretty similar setups where a lot of the things kind of made sense that he was saying and I was saying. It was pretty similar. So I was going with that. And Jimmie, we actually changed a little bit, or something happened. They went down another path with some different types of setups and things, and we didn't. And I feel like lately it's been more like, you know, myself and Jeff Gordon have been a little bit closer setup-wise. So I don't know. It just changes as the seasons go, as the tires are a big part of this, the feel that you get. So I'd say a little bit of, you know, each of those guys. And Dale, there's been times where there's actually a couple times this year where 3 of us have just about the same setups, and 3 of the 4, and then the other guy was somewhere else. But that worked pretty good. And other tracks, none of us will have it even close. So it's kind of all over the place, just the feel.
Great.
that you would really like to knock upside the head?
I know there is. Well, I could say, I just don't remember. I go 1 week to the other, and as soon as the race is over, I forget about things, So I just, right now I'm drawing a blank on that one. So yeah, I guess there are questions that can stump me.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. There's definitely is. In race, with what we do, we race the same 46 guys, 48 guys every week, depending on who makes the race. So you basically know how each one of them race. How they're going to race you when you get to them, or however that's working. And so there's seasons where one guy in particular is just always that guy. He used to.
Like you said, he's got to race all these guys all the time. There's probably a few that don't like him. But I don't, probably.
I mean, you're one of the greatest drivers of all time now. And that's sort of, if you think about that, I mean, is that important going into the big race?
I mean, those thoughts are, they're more on the, days in between the races. You get to the racetrack and you get sucked into the issues at hand with competitiveness of the race and road parties and all that. So that kind of falls out of my mind. But the desire to win and the desire to do the best job I can in the team, that's it's maxed out, and then just being able to be in a calm enough spot to see opportunities when they come. From a strategy standpoint, on the road, on the racetrack, I'm starting a little deep in the pack, so I'm going to be smart, getting through there and patient. So there's so many moving pieces to it all that the mind moves around in different compartments. But today's race day, the hardest part's now, getting ready for it, feeling the excitement build, meeting everyone, watching the fans pour in, drivers meeting, driver introductions, and then finally when we fire the cars off, you get about 10 laps into it, then I know what I have for a car, I know what I can work on, know where my competition's at. Things really simplify then and become much more relaxed once the race starts. Everything leading up to the race is really stressful.
Now, do you set your chassis in each different way because it's cooler out here than normal? I mean, as far as your rear track.
Some places we do. This track hasn't shown a lot of change. It used to. The old surface changed a lot. For whatever reason, this asphalt hasn't changed much. Even the nationwide race yesterday, some of my friends that ran in it, I spoke to them, and from the start of the race to the end, they've never made an adjustment on the car. It just stayed the same. So I have to think though, once when there's cloud cover, there's less of an impact. The radiant sunlight changes the asphalt's properties more than anything. With the fact that there's no clouds and we'll get some shade in 1 and 2, I would assume that corners will be a little different. We'll probably have more grip here than over here. And then if clouds come in and cover the whole track, it's pretty even all the way around.
And so that means when there's more grip, you go faster through those curves, or how does that work?
It does. Usually it'll make your accentuate whatever issues you have going on. So if the car, whatever end has a lot of grip, so if the front has a lot of grip and the back sliding around, or if the back has a lot of grip and you're overrunning the front tires, the cooler it gets, it will usually make that issue worse.
Right, so in the shade then would be.
It's just more grip. It just magnifies whatever you had going on.
I've never understood all that.
Yeah, no, it's great.
So I have a question for you. Watch you win the Brickyard, okay, and you're down there kissing the bricks. How amazing was it to have your daughter? I mean, it was awesome watching on TV, knowing you and your wife were there, and your daughter, she's like looking at you guys like, are you nuts? You want me to kiss that? But it had been, I mean, as a dad, what kind of a feeling was that to you? I mean, you won the race, but then your daughter's down there.
Yeah, watching her grasp what I do is so cool. And at the Brickyard, even in summer's time, her ability to comprehend what I do and what was going on at the Brickyard to now.
Right.
Last week in Texas, I mean, she wanted to be around. She wanted to wear the cowboy hat. Brickyard.
Awesome.
She wanted to be with mom and dad, but she didn't understand the commotion and what was going on.
Yeah, because that's a big promotion.
So to watch her evolve in 4 or 5 months, looking like this morning when I pulled her out of the crib when she woke up, she's like, "Daddy won the race." That's right. 2.5.
Yep.
So it's she's growing and understanding more. Every experience is unreal, but the Brickyard one for us was real special, especially she wouldn't kiss the bricks, and then an hour later her speech wasn't all that good then, but she started talking about the bricks. I'm like, okay, we'll go back out there. So we go out, we don't know what she wants to do, and she goes right to the yard of bricks and kneels down, ready to kiss him. I'm like, wow, okay, it just took a while to process what was going on, and she did.
That was